everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we'll be doing a beautiful set of clear Coffin nails. So as you've seen, this work was not mine. She had this set before she came to me. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm just removing the gel polish and also filing down the acrylic because we're going to be soaking off this set. For some reason, whenever she goes to the shop, they do her nails like super wide, and she hates it, but they always seem to do that no matter where she goes. So of course we're going to be soaking them off and doing a brand new set. So for that, I'm using my Scarlet drill by Melody Susie, and then the drill bit that I'm using is an extra coarse drill bit by Pana, and I got that one from Amazon. And then also as you can see, I was using my drill to just like basically cut down the nails, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to my tip cutter, and this tip cutter is also from Amazon, and I am gonna be leaving pictures of everything that I've used in the video, and then I'm also going to link everything down below in the description for anyone that's interested in anything that I'm using. Alrighty, and you didn't get to see it, but after I finished filing the first hand, I went ahead and put her fingers in a little bowl with acetone to soak them off. The little bowls that I'm using are from Amazon, and they're just like the little 5-finger pink soaking bowls, and they're about like $5 for 2 of them. And here is the picture. Again, they are from Amazon, and you just literally fill them up with pure acetone and let their fingers soak in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. Here's what they look like after 15 minutes of being soaked. And to speed up the process, you can use your same extra coarse drill bit, and you'll be able to see where the acrylic is still there, so you can just file away some of that soaked off acrylic, and that's just going to speed up the process. You don't have to do this, but since I didn't know that she was getting a soak off, and you guys know that it takes a lot longer, I wanted to speed up the process that way I wouldn't be running late, for my next client. So we're gonna go ahead and basically do the same thing on the other hand. Again, this is after 15 minutes, or like 10 to 15 minutes after they had been soaking. So then we just use the drill bit and file away some of that acrylic. And after this, we're gonna go ahead and put them back in the bowl and let them soak for a little bit longer. Alrighty, so after we put the hands back in the little bowls for another 10 minutes, the acrylic was completely soaked off. So now we can go ahead and push back the cuticles. And for that, I'm using that little cuticle pusher that came with a nipper and the cuticle pusher. So remember that when you're pushing back the cuticles, this is just going to expose the new growth, and then it also will help with reducing lifting. After that, we're going to go ahead and go in with a 180 sanding bit to remove the shine from the natural nail. These are the ones that I usually buy. They come in a little bag with 100 180 sanding bits. We're going to use the same Scarlet drill by Melody Susie. We just slow down the speed when we're doing this, because remember, you're literally only removing the shine. You're not filing down the nail or nothing. You're literally just removing the shine. The way to know if you completely remove the shine is by just looking at the nail. If you see any little shiny spots, then of course just go in and file a little bit more to get all of the shine. Alrighty, so once we finish removing the shine from the natural nail, we're going to go ahead and just dust the nails off, and we're going to be applying the nail tips. The ones that I'm using today are my clear nail tips that will be on my website really soon, so just stay tuned for that. And then also I'm using the KDS glue, which will also be back on my website pretty soon. But remember, when you're applying nail tips, you want to make sure that the nail tips fit perfectly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want the nail tips being too small, because then you will most likely get lifting or the nail could crack. Same thing if they're too big. A lot of the time, if they're too big, water can easily get trapped underneath the nail, causing the nail to lift or causing your nail to get a little green spot. And trust me, it's not cute. So make sure that you're applying the right size tips. After we finish applying the nail tips, we're going to go ahead and trim the nail tips down, as well as measure them against each finger to make sure that they're all the right size. After that, we're going to go in with my 8100 nail file and we're going to be shaping the nails. This time I didn't trim the sides of the nails just because we didn't want them like super narrow. So we're just going to be filing at a 45-degree angle on the sides and a 90-degree angle at the free edge. Remember that when you're doing the free edge, you want to make sure that your file is super straight, like exactly a 90-degree angle, because if not, you're not going to get that perfect shape that you want. So again, 45-degree angle on the sides and a 90-degree angle at the free edge. And also make sure that when you're doing this, you're holding their finger really straight. That way the nail is not crooked as well. And then also, of course, make sure that you blend the nail tip right in the middle. That way when you apply the acrylic, the nail tip will look a lot more natural and you won't be able to see that smile line. Alrighty, so now I just dust the nails off, and then I'm going to go in with the Young Nail Protein Bond. I'm just applying that on the natural nail, making sure that you don't get it on the skin, because if they have any little cut, it could burn them. And then after that, of course, we're going to start applying the acrylic. So as always, I'm going to be using my Alpha brush in a number 10, and it is an oval shape, and I will be sure to leave the link in the description to all of this as well. And then for my acrylic, I'm going to be using my Mia Secret acrylic system, which includes the liquid monomer, which is the 32 ounce, or that's the one I buy. And then also my Mia Secret pink acrylic, which this one, they only have the 8 ounce bottle, but I usually buy the big 1 pound bottle. And then actually this one that I'm doing on the ring finger right now is what people would call the nut color acrylic. And this one I actually made myself, and it's just a mixture of glow in the dark powder, pink, or sorry, not pink, but clear acrylic and white acrylic. And honestly, I didn't even measure it. I kind of just poured a little bit of white, a little bit of clear, and then the glow in the dark powder, and then I tested it out on a clear nail to see if it gave me like that off-white color. If it was too white, I would add more clear, and then if it's too translucent, then I would add more white. And it's really simple to do. So again, it's just, you could either just do the plain white and clear, or if you wanted to glow in the dark, you just add a little bit of the glow in the dark powder in there. And the glow in the dark powder you can just buy on Amazon. If you just go on there and type in glow in the dark powder, you will see it. But anyways, for the rest of the nails, they're just gonna be clear, which actually I'm using again the Mia Secret pink, but it's still like a really translucent pink, and my girls really like, you know, a hint of pink, which is the reason why I use it. But if your clients just want like a true clear, then I would suggest just using a clear acrylic, which Mia Secret also has one that's really good. But anyways, as always, since it is a full set, the first bead we apply right in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meets. We apply the second one closer to the tip, the third one closer to the cuticle area, and then of course the last one right in the middle to build your apex. As you can see, this one I am going to be applying the glitter, so I just did a layer of acrylic over the entire nail, and that way next time she comes back for a feel, if she wants to get rid of that glitter, we can just simply file it away, and then we'll still have acrylic underneath. The glitter that I'm using is by Nail Supply Glamour, and it's a number 1 AB glitter acrylic, and they have a whole bunch of different colored glitters, but they do run out really fast, so you want to make sure that you catch them right on time. But anyways, the glitter does have acrylic because it is a glitter acrylic, duh. But after we finish applying the glitter, we're gonna go ahead and encapsulate that with the Mia Secret pink, or again, you can use the clear. I just like to use the Mia Secret pink, but make sure that you encapsulate it really good. That way, when you come back to file, you're not gonna file away any of that glitter. And for the index finger and the thumb, we're going to be doing basically the same thing we just did on the pinky, except for on this index finger, we're going to do the full nail of glitter. And then on the thumb, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the pinky, except for the ombre is going to be coming from the cuticle area instead of the tip. So again, when you're doing the glitter encapsulated nails, make sure that first you apply a bead of acrylic over the entire nail, and then you go in and apply the glitter acrylic, and then you come back and apply the Mia Secret pink to encapsulate that glitter. Also, a very important tip is to remember that you want to make sure that you're wiping off your brush a lot as you're working. As you can see, like literally after I brush the acrylic or touch the acrylic, I wipe my brush off on a paper towel. The paper towels that I use are the Viva paper towels, and these I buy from Dollar General, but you can find them almost anywhere, whether it's Target, Walmart, and Dollar General. It really does not matter, but I feel like they absorb the liquid really good, so that's why I like them. But again, for this thumb, we're gonna do a layer of acrylic, and then the glitter is gonna come from like the cuticle area down towards the tip, and then the other hand is gonna be the exact same thing. Alrighty, so after we finish applying the acrylic, we're going to go in with the same 8100 nail file and we're going to be reshaping the nails. Remember, this is the same thing that we do at the beginning, except for it's a little bit easier because we already have the shape that we want. We're just redefining that shape because a lot of the time after you apply your acrylic, you might have some little rough edges, so you just want to go ahead and get rid of those and just again perfect your shape. So as always, 45-degree angle on the sides, 90-degree angle at the free edge, making sure that it's super straight and making sure that you're holding your file at exactly a 90-degree angle. After we finish shaping the nails, we're going to go in with this Pana fine drill bit, and I got it from Amazon, and that's what it looks like. So as always, we're going to be filing around the cuticle area first, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. And remember, this step is very important, because if you don't do this correctly, it doesn't matter if you prep the nail really good, it doesn't matter if you apply the right size tips, if you apply the primer, if you don't file around that cuticle area really good and you leave gaps between the acrylic and the natural nail, you will get lifting. I understand that sometimes it is a little bit hard, or you think that you did it good, but a lot of the time you will still get lifting if you don't do this right. So make sure that you follow around that cuticle area really good. Again, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until you're able to see the cuticle area, the natural nail, and the acrylic. And then also just following the rest of the nail to make sure that it's all nice and smooth. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and buff the nails, and I'm using these small buffers that you can find on Amazon. Remember that when you're buffing the nails, you're literally just getting rid of any of the scratches left on the nail from the e-file or the hand file. So you want to make sure that you don't skip this step, because when you apply the polish, you will be able to see those scratches through the polish. So make sure that you buff those nails really good. Alrighty, so I'll wipe the nails with an alcohol wipe, and now we're going to be applying the bling. So I'm using the Soleil Bling adhesive, which comes with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator and the resin. So I'm also using my SS6, my SS12, my wax pencil, and some gold caviar, which you can find them on my website. Again, it will be up really soon, and I'm making sure that I restock on a lot more tips because usually those are the ones that go first. So I'm making sure that everybody's able to get their nail tips. But again, we're just using the Soleil nail adhesive, and then we're using the wax pencil to pick up the bling, placing them on the nail, and then just applying spraying the activator, sorry. Alrighty, and also I did want to mention that one thing that I did notice about this glue is that you have to kind of add a lot, because if not, it will dry up really fast. So that's the only thing, but so far it's working good for me. I started using it, I think next week will be 2 weeks, so I won't know if it actually, you know, works for me until those people come back after their 2 weeks and see how their nails, you know, or how their bling stayed up. But hopefully, you know, it works for me because I actually really like it. So again, I'll be sure to leave that link in the description. But anyways, we're just applying the caviar around the cuticle area. The caviar is really small, so you do have to be very patient when you're doing this. Also because sometimes they kind of roll off the nail or even roll off the wax pencil. Alrighty, so for the ring finger, we're going to be using the hard gel. Since we are going to be applying the chain, you do need something that's a lot thicker and that chain can just sink into. And then also we're going to be applying some of the 3D bling. So I'm going to be applying it on that same hard gel that's already on the nail. And we're also going to be applying some SS6 and SS12. Okay, so now we're just going to be applying the bling around the cuticle area on the pinky and the thumb. Once we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and spray those nails with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator. And then we can apply the top coat and cure them for 60 seconds. Okay, well, never mind. We're going to go ahead and do the other hand. We're going to do the exact same thing. And then after that, we're going to come back and apply the Madam Glam Gel Top Coat on both of the hands and cure for 60 seconds. So again, we're doing the exact same thing on this hand. We're doing the rhinestones or the bling around the cuticle area on the pinky and the thumb. Same thing or something similar on the index finger. And then the chain on the ring finger. And then the other bling on the middle finger. And of course, spraying them with the activator once we're done. And then applying the top coat. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with the Madam Glam gel top coat. It is a non-cleanse top coat, which means, or no wipe top coat, which means that it's not gonna leave a sticky layer on top and you don't have to wipe it off after you finish curing them. So again, once we finish curing, we're gonna go ahead and just apply the cuticle area around the cuticle, and that's pretty much it. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out really pretty. The glitter is just flawless. That gold and silver looks so good together, and everything just tied in really well. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.